Hello everyone, and welcome to this new paranormal thread. Today, we will see together the history and legends, the ghosts of the Château de Fougeret. It is in August 2008 that the Geoffroy family will realize their dream by buying the Château de Fougeret, and shortly after, they will directly start the renovation work. It won't be long before the first strange things happen, but they will feel watched every time they were alone in a room and feel followed many times. A few days after the start of the restoration work on the chateau, Veronique, the mother of the Geoffroy family, was in the process of moving business to make a little order. And at one point, when she came down the stairs of the castle, she saw the silhouette of a strange man coming down the stairs also in front of her. At once paralyzed by what she had just seen, but also taken by a rush of adrenaline, she screamed, then rotted down the stairs to catch up with the man. But when she got to the bottom of the stairs, she didn't see anyone. After this first experience, it will come profoundly. I am called from many other very strange experiences. In the evening, they footsteps. The dog should bark against walls and rooms when no one is around. He will even be found many times hiding as if he is afraid of something. But it doesn't stop there. Some guests will also report feeling very strange things and smelling smells in rooms where the castle kitchen was food. But what will mark the owners the most is that they will see many times the shadows wandering in the park of the castle before gradually disappearing. Despite all this, none of them will personally try to find a rational way to explain every phenomenon. But they find no answer, and the atmosphere becomes more and more strange and more heavy at the Château de Fougeret. Whether it is the workers or the owners of the castle, the phenomena will multiply, and many of their friends do not even wish to go to the castle while it is not even finished. Despite the fear, Veronica wants to understand. A historian by profession, she therefore decides to embark on numerous researches in order to discover the history and past of Château de Fougeret. She will read many books in order to discover the names of all the families who lived in the castle of Fougeret as well as their stories. She even goes so far as to involve psychics directly in the castle in order to obtain additional information about the past of each family. After all her research and investigation, she will discover that there was in a very old family, a girl who had a kidney tuberculosis infection, and what was very amazing. And after reading this story, Veronique was cleaning one of the rooms in the castle with her daughter, and the next day, his daughter had 42 fever and started to be very sick. Veronique therefore took her daughter to the emergency room to be treated very quickly, and the results showed that it was indeed an infection. For Veronica, there is therefore no doubt there is either a curse or the castle is tempted, and to back up her claims, she will continue her investigation. In 2009, she will take many photos in the castle. And when she makes them develop, it is with stupor. On some shots, she will see faces appear, especially on one of the shots taken in front of a mirror. We see strangely the features of a woman resembling one of the former owners of the castle. Except that despite his investigation and everything that's going to happen to them, people don't want to believe them. Veronique will then make the decision to have several microphones placed in the house in order to obtain recordings to prove that very strange things happen to them in this house. And she's right. A short time ago, after installing microphones, the first results will be heard. You'll hear a voice clearly say, but it doesn't stop there. The microphones will also record a gunshot in the cottage. And finally, the owners who told of hearing a mysterious cantina many times in the evening when they were sleeping. Will succeed, thanks to the microphone, to capture it with the results obtained, thanks to the recordings and photos taken in the castle by Veronique. Professionals have been able to certify that it was not a fake recording or photos, which makes this mystery even more fascinating. Following all these events, several amateur and professional investigators will go to the scene to obtain further results. But with the evolution of technology and the ease of faking records, we may never get other testimonies as mysterious and intriguing as this one. Finally, the Geoffroy family never completed the renovations of the castle, and they never even put their suitcases permanently in this castle. Located at the gates of Mont Saint-Michel is the Château de Cambourg. This strange castle is said to have been the scene of mysterious phenomena for many years. This legend began in the 18th century with the testimony of several people who say they saw mysterious apparitions in the castle. The great writer Chateaubriand would have lived his childhood there, and he tells the different stories of ghosts that would have happened to him in his work Mémoire d'Outre-Tombe. In this book, he tells that in the castle tower, there is a wooden leg, and that one could regularly hear this wooden leg walking. It was as if she was walking in the tower, There was also the ghost of a strange black cat that roamed the stairs of this tower, and when he was young he was very afraid of it. He and his sister were so afraid of it that they regularly asked their mother in the evening to look under the bed to make sure there wasn't the famous black cat. Most of the stories children will be considered fables. However, in the 19th century, during
Restoration.
of this castle, the workers will make a macabre discovery.
They will find
Enclosed entirely within this very tower is a cat mummy. It is important to know that during certain historical periods, black cats were entombed in castles to prevent magical curses.
but some.
Report.
Then if the cat
Is killed too violently during the ritual, he would come back to haunt the place and for the castle of Cambourg. This might be the case, but the wooden leg and the ghost of the cat are not the only mysterious inhabitants of Cambourg. One could also meet the ghost of a young woman. She would have lived here during the French Revolution, and the strangest thing is that she manifests herself in the room closest to the tower where you could hear the wooden leg, and where the cat was found walled up. There are several testimonies of people who slept in this famous red room,
and who reports.
seeing or hearing mysterious phenomena. Some of them report hearing tapping or voices, while others will even go so far as to say that they saw lights at the foot of their bed as they woke up in the middle of the night for a long time.
Many people will think
It's just rumors, a lot.
They report having had
Sensations.
very strange when they are.
They walked around this castle, and especially when they were in the famous Red Room. However, very few records exist on this subject, and most are not considered authentic. Currently, there would still be many people who claim to have heard or seen something in this castle, but with technological advances, it has become much easier to rig a recording. It is difficult to know if they are not fake, but then, whether it is the ghost of the cat, the ghost of the young woman, or the sound of the wooden leg, the Château de Cambourg continues to intrigue, and will surely keep its secrets for a very long time. Venice is renowned for being the city of lovers, and every year many people go there to contemplate the gondolas or the monuments of Venice. However, there would be very dark stories, and today we will look at the history of the haunted palace of Venice. The Canario is an extraordinary palace. It would have been built
In Venice.
in the 15th century on the Grand Canal, but this magnificent palace would also be cursed. All those who would have acquired it and resided there would have met a tragic fate. It all starts in 1970. That's when people will actually talk about a tragedy within the palace. The first victim of this curse would have been an Count who would have been found dead shortly after acquiring the palace. He would have been murdered with a violent blow statuette behind the head. Then the curse continued in 1980 with the band's manager of Snape Hawley, who is going to commit suicide inside the palace. Then it will be around a man and his sister to undergo this terrible curse. The dead woman was found dead naked in a room, and the man reportedly resurrected sometime after acquiring the palace. The list will grow and continue until 1993, until the day when the last owner will make the headlines. Raul Gardini will suffer this curse. He will be found dead murdered by a revolver bullet. In total, more than 16 people died shortly after acquiring the palace. And it is because of this that many claim that there is a terrible curse that touches everything that resides in this palace. Today, a new owner has acquired this palace, and for the moment, he still would not have resided there. They would not wish to live there, and so we may never know the truth about this terrible curse. At the end of this episode, I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to tell me in the comments, and if you have other topics like that you want, I will wish in my next videos. If you are interested in moths and legends, you can go see my other episodes. You can like, share, and subscribe, and see you in a future video. It was Kick on Fire.
Peace out.